Today I'm going to show you a problem I've been having with the FD model. I've had this for a little while now, and what happens is you pull this bed out on the FD model, and it snags on a piece of paneling down here at this lower end. And I'm going to try to fix that best I can, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to try to do that. What it is, there's a locking mechanism when you pull this down, and it sticks. There's a cam that comes out that sticks in that locking mechanism. Well, it actually will snag in the paneling. There's a hole they cut out to put the mechanism in, and they'll snag in that paneling. And I've heard other people have these problems occasionally, but it's not all the time. So if you're having this problem, this is what I recommend you do, because this is how I'm going to try to fix it. So I'll show you what it's doing here. When you bring it down, comes down about almost at a 45-degree angle, right about here where it sticks. And you can sometimes pull this out and get that cam to release from that paneling, but what we've had trouble with is actually got worse. So it's snagging so bad we're going to have to go in and clean that up a little bit and see if we can get that to work. And as I step out here, I'll show you the problem where we're going to have to do the work. I had to empty my cargo department on this side here on the FD model, and I'm going to have to pull the screws out and get these materials off of here. And if you haven't done this before, there's two down here, one there, and one up here, one right here. And then I'm probably going to have to pull this panel, because what we're looking for is behind this panel right here. As you go straight in here, there's actually a place where they had a cutout to put that mechanism in, and I believe it's snagging on that. So we're going to take that loose and see what we have. Step one, we took that panel out in the front there. There it lays. So now we're going to take out panel number 2, which requires a screw there, and I've already cut this section out to put a 12-volt socket, and so I think that's all I need to do to remove that one. So we'll get that out of the way. Okay, I got that panel out of there, and you can definitely see where our problem is. If you see here, here's the cutout they did that put this mechanism in, and so you'll see here where it's been tearing this paneling up right here. What it is this cam right here, as your bed is going up, it snags this corner right here. And the reason why that is if you look down here at the bottom, you'll see my paneling actually has some nails that nailed it to this strip, but it's actually bowed. I guess it's dampness I've had this for almost 2 years now. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to fix this. I think probably what I would do is cut this, maybe get this bowl out of here, and we're going to have to get this wall to come in somehow to this point so it won't catch that cam as it's coming up. So I'm going to work with this and see if I can figure out how to do this. So again, can't really get to it really well from here, but I'm going to show you where the problem was. I'll be able to get the camera down here, but I won't be able to get down here because this is the hole that goes in the front. And I'm going to go back down, and you'll see right there is where the cam's catching that. So I'm going to clean that up, and what I want to do is try to bring that piece of paneling where it actually goes out. Try to get some of the bind out of that. It's just barely catching it, but it's enough. So yeah, using a jigsaw and a little handsaw here, what I did here at the bottom to relieve some of the pressure, I went ahead and cut a notch in here. That way I can reattach this to it, and because it was bowing out, so that won't bow out anymore, I'll reattach it down here. And then I cut off my jagged edges here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run a board from here over to here, and we'll attach into a firm board, and I'm going to put a spacer in here, and that way I can take my nail gun and bring this out like this and nail that into my new board. That board will straddle this hole, and hopefully that'll keep that out enough. You can see where it pops in and out, so that'll bring it out to here. So I'll show you how I did this here. cut a board. It's just a scrap board from my shop. It's a 1x, I guess it was a 1x3 or a 1x2. Anyway, I'm going to put this board in here kind of like this. And I went ahead and pre-drilled on each side. And I'm going to also pilot drill that a little bit so it won't split any of that out. And then what I've got, if I got these shim boards, see if we can get that to wedge in there. Yeah, I've got these shim boards, and I want this to be able to pull up, so I'm going to try one first and see if that's going to work. If not, I'm going to put the second board in. So you'll see I've got that board mounted in there. I've only got one screw in each one. I'm not sure if I need much more than that. I just need enough to hold that paneling. And I've only put one spacer in here, so what's going to happen is you'll see that gap. I'm going to use my nail gun and get that tacked up against here. And if I put one more in there, it may not bring it far enough over, so I'd rather have it safe than sorry. So I think that's how I'm going to do it. Tricky part now is I've got to get my arm in this hole with my nail gun, nailing back at it, and hopefully we can do that. So I'm not going to video that because there's probably going to be a lot of words that I'd have to omit, because I'm going to be struggling to do that. So we'll let you see what it looks like when I get that done. So what I decided to do here also is I started to nail this, and I just wanted it to hold a little better. So I'm going to use a little bit of this wood glue. I'm going to put it down in here, and then I will re-nail it. I'd rather have a little glue on there too, just in case the vibration releases that. So got this piece installed. I went ahead and nailed it, put some shims back here because, like I say, it's kind of pulling it this way, but I'm not really liking how well my nail gun is holding that in place. I'm afraid that after shifting around it's going to be bad, so I'm going to get a screw. See these here, I'm going to find one about kind of a small one about that size. This one's way too long, and I'm going to come from the back side and thread into here. That way I have one good screw holding that in. Even if the nails break loose, at least that one screw will hold it. I don't want it to come all the way through this board, so I'm going to have to get a quite a bit smaller one. So we'll do that. See it?
Yeah.
So as you can see, we got that cam where this brought this in and took care of that. It's down now. There's the cam again, and I think we're going to be okay with it now. Just have to keep an eye on this, make sure this doesn't break loose. I am going to take some of this backboard. I'm going to try to replace and put some of it back in. I like having the extra room in here, but I also need to have some kind of covering over my electrical devices here. So I'm going to work out something with that, and we'll hear. But anyway, if that's all I have for this video. If you have this problem with yours, let me know, and maybe this will help you out with yours. But if you're having that bed snag at a 45-degree angle, you definitely have trouble with that cam. Older models don't have that because that's the locking mechanism, and the locking mechanism is actually up here on the wall, I believe, in this board here, and it snaps in as it comes up. So that's about all I have, and we'll see you again on another one of these RV shorts.